Hey there YouTube, it's Jobber here. I want to give you guys a video on some of the best Yu-Gi-Oh cards that Upper Deck and Konami has ever produced. So don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like my Facebook. Here we go. Number one, not in any particular order, Yugioh. Yugioh, this card cannot be special summoned. This card returns to its owner's hand during the end phase of the turn. It is normal summon, flip summoned, or flipped face up. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent's life points, your opponent skips his or her next draw phase. Very, very, very broken. A Yu-Gi-Oh trophy that I have was won way back when because of a deck based around just this card. And of course they banned it, so I kept it. I put it in my trophy box. So this is it. This is the one I won with. Ancient. Next card, Chaos Emperor Dragon. 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. Yeah, nothing like Yugioh's 200 attack and 100 defense. Chaos Emperor Dragon. This card can only be special summoned by removing one light and one dark monster in your graveyard. From play, pay 1,000 of your life points to send all cards in both players' hands and field to the graveyard. Inflict 300 points of damage to your opponent's life points for each card sent to the graveyard by this effect. Super, super, super overpowered. Way back when, what they would do is they would special summon it, and they would play like their Monster Born or Premature Burial beforehand, and then they would get like a Sangan or a Witch of the Black Forest. They'd nuke the field, then they would search Yada, and then basically that was like the automatic first turn Yada luck. I never played that deck, but that was one of the decks that was out there way back when. So search out with Witch, get the Yada, they have nothing, boom, and it's basically game because they can't draw, and then just get poked to death, and eventually, you know, they're going to draw some other cards like a Call of the Haunted or whatever, so they can inflict more damage. The next card, Monster Reborn, which I'm pretty sure most of you already know. Special summon one monster from either player's graveyard to your side of the field. Very, very, very powerful card. It was banned for a very long time. We've had it back for a while now. Next card, Painful Choice. Select 5 cards from your deck and show them to your opponent. Your opponent must select one card that will be added to your hand. Discard all the remaining cards to the graveyard. This is super, super broken in many, many decks, but for an example, a very easy one, let's say Lightsworn. You open out with this, you show 5 different names, they have to add one, you have automatically 4 names, and there's first turn Judgment Dragon right there because of this card. And this is why this card is still banned. Not just because of that, but other decks, of course. Very powerful card. Next card, Confiscation. Pay 1,000 life points, look at your opponent's hand, select one card, and discard it to the graveyard. Pretty good controlling card, especially way back when they had Magicians of Faith and stuff that added back to your hand, Mind Crush, all those hand manipulation cards. Very, very, very good card. Next card similar to that, the Forceful Sentry. The Forceful Sentry is a little bit better than Confiscation. You don't need to pay any life points. You get the card reads, look at your opponent's hand, select one card, and return it to his or her deck, and then shuffle, and then the deck is shuffled. So they don't even get the privilege of, say you have discard a monster, they don't even have the privilege of being able to Monster Reborn it later on or anything. It just goes back into the deck. So very, very, very good card. Next card, I would say Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed, very simple. Draw 2 cards from your deck. Automatically you get you play this card and you get 2 cards in replacement of it. +1. Very, very broken card. Card after that, Graceful Charity. One of the most broken cards in Dark World if people ever played it. I had the chance to play that in a regional, and I was discarding golds and silvers with it all day. What it does is you draw 3 cards from your deck, then discard any 2 cards from your hand, and Dark World work with it. So super, super good. Also good with, like, say Chaos Emperor Dragon back in the day, or Blackluster Soldier that we have today. Discard light and dark, bam, first turn. Next card we will go with Change of Heart. Change of Heart, select and control one of your opposing monster regardless of position on the field. until the end of the turn. So basically you activate this, your opponent has a monster on their side of the field, no matter if it's face down, face up, you can take control of it for the turn, you're able to tribute it off, attack with it, or say it's a face down effect monster like a Magician of Faith back in the day, or Man-Eater Bug today. You can flip it, use the effect to blow up one of their monsters, and then tribute it off for one of your Monarchs, or a Jinzo, or whatever you're using. Or you can just use it for nowadays for an Exceed or a Synchro. So Change of Heart is a very, very, very good card. Another card, back in the day, Snatch Steal. Take control of one of your opponent's monsters. Your opponent gains 1,000 life points during each of his or her standby phases, and that's it. You just activate it and you take control of one of their face-up monsters, so you just, you have their monster. You just start attacking them with it. So, pretty good card. Very good. Another card, Delinquent Duo. Old school, pay 1,000 life points, randomly select one card from your opponent's hand. Yeah, your opponent then selects and discards another card from his or her hand. So you pay 1,000 life points, you randomly discard one card from their hand, and their opponent has to discard one card from their own hand. So basically both are random. Very, very good card. You play it, and your opponent loses 2 cards out of their hand. Broken. Another card, Raigeki. Destroy all monsters on your opponent's side of the field. Super, super good. No downfall at all. You just play it, and your opponent loses all of their monsters. Another card, similar to it, but for the spells and traps, Harpies Feather Duster. Destroy all of your opponent's spell and trap cards on his or her side of the field. So you just wipe them out. On to trap cards, a card that we can still play today, Solemn Judgment, one of my all-time favorite trap cards. I have ran in every deck all the way since way back when. Pay half your life points, make the activation of a spell, trap card, normal monster, a flip summon, or special summon of, and destroy the spell card, trap card, or summoned monster. So basically you activate it, you pay half of your life points, which is good late game because sometimes your life points are getting kind of low from the battle. They normal summon a monster, you pay half your life points, negate it, or they play a spell card you don't want to have them go off, like say they want to dark hole your monster, you pay half your life points, negate that. You're attacking with one of your monsters, and you're trying to win the duel, and they activate Mirror Force, you pay half your life points, negate that. So yeah, really, really, really good card. I run it even today. Another card, Imperial Order. As long as this card remains face up on the field, negate the activation of all spell cards. Pay 700 life points during each of your standby phases. If you cannot, this card is destroyed. So basically your opponents say they activate something like their Pot of Greed way back then. You could just activate this in response, negate it, and then on your turn, if you don't want to pay the 700 life points, you could discard it. But when I was playing this card, I'd basically pay until I couldn't pay anymore. Just negate all your opponent's spells. Very, very, very good card. Very overpowered. And pretty good looking too. Another card in the good old days, Ring of Destruction. Destroy one face-up monster and inflict damage equal to the destroyed monster's attack to the life points of both players, both you and your opponent. So yeah, sometimes you'll be playing, your life points are really high, and this happened a lot. And your opponent starts coming back, and then you draw this card, and you're able to win the game because of it. Because then your Ring of Destruction. Say they're Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, that's 1800 attack, and their life points are at 900, and say your life points are at 4000, and then you'll win the duel because of this. So very, very, very good card, and you can play it on your own monsters as well if you want to win the game. Last but not least, Crush card Virus. Tribute one dark monster with attack of 1000 or less. Check all monsters your opponent controls, your opponent's hand, and all cards they draw until the end of your opponent's third turn. After this card's activation, destroy all monsters with 1500 attack or more. Very, very, very good card. They would just tribute off, when this card was being played out, they tribute off their Sangan. Use Sangan's effect to search out whatever they wanted out of their deck, and then wipe out your opponent's field and their hand, and they get to check what they draw for the next 3 turns. They draw anything big, it has to be automatically sent to the graveyard. So super, super good card. That's it for the pile. I'll be doing more videos like this down the road. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Check out my Facebook. I post all of my videos on my Facebook. And my eBay store, JRB Collectibles 530. I'll be having a lot of cards on there for sale and future stuff like that. Don't forget to stay tuned for more booster box openings. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys around.